So hi everyone, my name's Oscar, or aka Exhausted on YouTube. I'm the proud owner of this Mark 1 MX-5, which has been turbocharged, and yeah, I'm here with Jay today to give him a bit of information about what I've done to the car and answer a couple of questions on it. So in terms of my car history, I started life in a Peugeot 307, which funnily enough was given to me for free as my first car. It was safe to say it was destined for the scrapyard if I hadn't taken it over, but yeah, it was a good run around for a first car, cheap to insure, so yeah, not half bad. Then I moved straight to this, but basically had a little issue drifting where I hit a curb and yeah, things kind of went downhill from there. So because I was missing driving so much, I picked up a really cheap Ford Fiesta, a Mark 5, just as a runaround, which was probably the most stupid decision I've ever made in my life, considering I bought it to drive it for 2 weeks until this was fixed and then sold it straight away. So yeah, pretty pointless, I guess. I mean, it's quite difficult as a young lad to almost go into the sports car scene. Some people wouldn't say it's a sports car, but to me, it very much is. It gives you that thrill. It's not exactly fast from factory, but just having that roof or top-down experience is one of a kind. It made me fall in love with it the first time I drove it. And I just think it has so much character with having pop-up lights. I personally wouldn't go for anything but the Mark 1, just for the fact of pop-up headlights. I think it gives almost a classic car feel. It's coming to that age now where it will be a classic car. And yeah, I'm absolutely in love with it. It's very hard to kind of fathom my addiction to this car, but yeah, it's very special to me. The first day when it came back, I mean, it wasn't necessarily like major modifications, but the first day I got it, I removed the front number plate, which you shouldn't do. I'm not advocating that at all, but I just think it makes the front end look so much better, and if Lamborghinis can remove their front plate, well, I can't iron my little MX-5. Yeah. Also, when I first got it, I tinted all the lights, all the reflectors, everything like that. When you kind of go through that boy racer stage where you can't afford any real modifications, you just do the bare minimum which you can afford and pick up on eBay. So I very much went through that stage when I started modifying the car, and then yeah, it very much went overboard from there. Now, in terms of a mod list, we'll start under the bonnet because I guess that's the most interesting part of the car. I've basically put a turbocharger on there. It's your fairly standard turbo setup for an MX-5, running about 256 horsepower, so not massive compared to most other cars on the market, but in a lightweight car like this, it does pull. It is quite quick. I could have beaten that as well. 5.04 seconds, boys, on the clock. Ah! In terms of that setup, it's running a TD04 turbo, RX-8 yellow injectors, your intercooler, that sort of thing. I've got an oil cooler on there as well. In terms of exterior, it's very much a work in progress at the moment. As you can see with my rear fitment on the car, it's not fantastic. I'm doing a whole Rocket Bunny kit on the car, so both front and rear arches. I've got a massive ludicrous wing on the back, which you either love it or you hate it. From what I've found, probably about 90% of people hate it, but it's my car, so that's life. I've also got your standard MX-5 cosmetic modifications, so we've got turn signal intakes. I've got a dual exit catback exhaust system on there. Can I say it's decatted on YouTube? We're also lowered on all four corners on tie and street basis coilovers, which when I bought them, I very much went for the cheapest branded setup I could get. And funnily enough, for a £400 set of coilovers, I've had quite good reviews from people who have sat in the passenger seat in terms of the ride. So now I guess I'll move on from the exterior to the interior, which has been a really key area of my focus over the last couple of weeks. I've done quite a bit of work on there. I've done like a full quilted interior, so dashboard, door cards, rear carpet, like parcel shelf carpet, bulkhead carpet, which are all custom made out of quilted leather myself. So yeah, really pleased with how that's turned out. I've also painted a couple of things, suede wrapped a couple of things. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how that turned out. I think it's a fairly classy look without going too overboard. I didn't want to go with that standard, almost race car appearance and just rip everything out. I just think it looks a bit messy. So what I did is I looked to remove as much weight where I could, whereas still maintaining a fairly clean interior look of the car. There's also a couple of other, you know, pretty standard bits like your OMP steering wheel, just the new gear knob, everything like that. But yeah, that's I guess the main theme of the interior of the car. The goal for next summer will be about 350 horsepower at the wheels. So that will include full engine rebuild and the Mark 6 transmission swapped in there, which is a fairly simple job to do. They just pretty much bolt over. So the longer term plans are a lot more insane from just the engine build. So I'm planning on doing a full drivetrain conversion, which is going to include an RX-7 Turbo 2 gearbox and differential at the rear. I'm going to have to get a custom made drive shaft so that fits, because it won't just bolt up with the standard one. Hopefully, if all goes to plan, at least 450 at the wheels, but I'm hoping for more 500 and to try go into the record books in the UK in terms of MX-5. So quite ludicrous plans in the future. Of course, that's not all going to be in one go. I'm going to have to do it in stages. Otherwise, one, it will be insane to go to double this power straight up to 500 or 450. And since I'm doing all the work myself, I've got a fairly unlimited time frame on when I can do it. And it's nice to kind of spread it out and do it in stages and enjoy every modification as you do it. So I started doing YouTube maybe about a year and a half ago, and it was, I guess, mainly motivated by looking at loads of other YouTubers who are doing a similar sort of thing, but maybe doing it more in a vlog sort of sense. And I wanted to do something which is a bit more informative and show people my journey of modifying the car and also how I do things, just so if people want to do it at home themselves, or even if they want to watch it for purely entertainment purposes, that they can. So it's very much, I like to think of it almost like a build thread, almost like you used to get on the old school like forums, everything like that, but just videotized. So it's a lot more of a step-by-step guide, and it's a lot more interactive as well. I just like being part of the community as well, to be honest. Just having people commenting on videos, just interacting with different people within the car scene is really cool. I mean, when I was growing up, none of my friends were too into cars, and the ones who weren't into modifying cars. So being able to broaden my horizons in that sense, you know, I've met JayEmm through doing it. I've met loads of other YouTubers and even people who don't do YouTube as well. And it's just a really nice community to be a part of. So previously I mentioned how this car was so special to me, and funnily enough, I was on holiday with the girlfriend out in sunny Spain, and I thought it'd be a fantastic idea to get Miata tattooed on my arm, which, if you're looking at it from this standpoint now, most people would say you must regret that. But funnily enough, I really don't. I mean, this car, even being my second car, is going to stay for life. And I know everyone says that about certain cars in their life, but you can bet my 2 pence that it will. And I just think having that symbol on my arm, I really do like it. I think it's an awesome logo. If you do find yourself as ludicrously interested about MX-5s and car modifications as myself, then be sure to go check out my YouTube channel, which is Exhausted. I provide regular videos. I upload probably 2 or 3 times a week, and it's fairly based around the MX-5. But we're also going to have another couple of projects, which I won't spoil the surprise for right now, which are coming to the channel over the next couple of months. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you on my channel.